Blender is getting an amazing new capability, OpenAI's Super Bowl spot turns heads, and Rive reinvents the blur. Seriously, it's Motion Mondays. Let's get weird. The team at Good Boy Ninja has cooked up something clever, a microsite called Keyframes.fun that's packed with time-wasting and brain-teasing goodness for motion designers. There's a daily color matching game that's giving off some serious Wordle vibes, letting you test your color matching skills and share results with friends. You can even rank your preferred frame rates and take silly quizzes like which AE keyframe are you? The color matching game is particularly addictive. You get 3 colors daily to match, and that 95.9% accuracy score feels pretty sweet. It's perfect for those long render waits, and the social sharing aspect is genius marketing, so props to Good Boy Ninja for thinking outside the box. Version 4 of MoGlyph effects has landed, bringing Cinema 4D MoGraph style tools to After Effects. This clever plugin lets you clone and animate shapes or type procedurally on a single layer. You can make linear, radial, grid, or spline arrangements. The revamped UI is slick, and new features like an upgraded spline cloner mode and enhanced grid options make this feel right at home for C4D users. Setting up this kind of animation with native After Effects tools would require complex expressions and rigging, but MoGlyph Effects handles it effortlessly. It ships with 50 demo projects, clever layer sticking features, and 4 new MoGlyph fonts. For motion designers who regularly need to create repeated animated elements, this could save hours of setup time. The link will be in the description. Here's some news from School of Motion. We recently launched our first Blender course, Blender for 3D Artists, taught by Elijah Sheffield. This isn't just another Here's Some Neat Tricks course. It's designed to get you production ready with Blender, covering modeling, lighting, texturing, rendering, animation, and interface customization, and even a primer on using grease pencil and geometry nodes. Perfect for both 3D newcomers and Cinema 4D pros looking to translate their skills. Also, our team training program is taking off with tons of cool companies joining. It offers teams of 3 or more access to every School of Motion course at your own pace, plus unlimited critique, 24/7 community access, monthly live streams, and creative and technical support. If you're interested in leveling up your team, check out schoolofmotion.com/training-for-teams for more details. A pillar of our community, motion design platform MoGraph.com is getting a serious facelift. Beyond their existing treasure trove of tutorials, articles, interviews, and courses, they're adding new features to help artists connect. The site now lets you find local meetups, network with fellow motion designers, and even showcase your work portfolio style. Matt and Dave have always been champions of community building, and these updates just reinforce that commitment. It's great to see this industry staple continuing to evolve and support our growing community. The Academy is mulling over new Oscar submission requirements that would make AI disclosure mandatory for films. Interesting. While it might seem like a response to AI panic, the reality is a little bit more nuanced. Films have been using AI-enhanced tools for years. They're just not talking about it much. Take The Brutalist. It used AI to refine Hungarian dialogue and accent work for Adrian Brody. Deadpool and Wolverine, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and Furiosa all worked with companies like Rive, a company creating sophisticated tools for de-aging, face replacement, and performance tweaking. Looking at their before and after reel, you see a mix of traditional compositing with subtle AI enhancements, tweaking expressions for a few frames, or perfecting face replacements. Even Dune 2 employed Copycat, a nuke plugin, to identify and replicate the iconic blue Freeman eyes, saving hundreds of hours of work. Here's my take. This isn't about AI generating entire scenes from scratch. It's about enhancing what's already possible. Many artists quoted in Variety's coverage seem almost apologetic about using these tools, which to me feels totally unnecessary. If these technologies help filmmakers achieve their vision more efficiently and with a higher quality, isn't that kind of the point? These films still require immense artistry and technical expertise. The tools give artists more precise control through countless parameters and settings. They're not magic make it awesome buttons. While disclosure makes sense for transparency, we should be careful not to stigmatize tools that are simply making existing techniques more efficient. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one though. My dad always says that opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one. And I'd like to know yours. Your opinion, that is, not the other thing.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Let's check out some awesome work. Connor Henkel's Coliseum Studio is crushing it with smart automation. Using DataClay's templater for After Effects, they're creating slick player animations for Vanderbilt's football team that can automatically update with new player data from a Google Sheet. If you want a deep dive into templater, check out our tutorial from a few years back where I built a render bot using it that customizes animations and even posts them on X for you. Meanwhile, Johan Borgstrom blew minds with a Lego car that assembles and disassembles while driving through a photorealistic environment crafted using Houdini and Unreal's Path Tracer. The piece is sick and a good example of the kind of 3D madness you can get when combining these powerful tools. This one deserved a mention. School of Motion student David J. Beal took this Cinema 4D Basecamp assignment designed around learning the MoGraph tools to totally new heights, adding stunning lighting and thoughtful details, and creating a super cool edit. Very nice work, David. And finally, OpenAI's first national TV spot turned heads during the Super Bowl, featuring some clever particle effects that might have involved Sora-generated footage run through trapcode form or something like it. While it drew comparisons to the legendary Designed by Apple spot from over a decade ago, this piece totally stands on its own, crafted beautifully by Builders Club. Very, very well done. Unfortunately, the OpenAI spot also spurred some controversy when an ex-user named SawMotion tried to jump on the OpenAI commercial hype train, offering to break down how they created the spot's animation in After Effects in just 2 days. There was just one tiny problem. They didn't actually make it. Sebastian Pfeiffer, aka Everfresh, who actually worked on the spot as an animation lead with Builders Club, quickly called out the deception. The resulting social media pylon was swift and frankly deserved. Claiming credit for work you didn't do is a cardinal sin in our industry, a career-ending move that can and will permanently damage your reputation. I checked out Sebastian's portfolio in the aftermath, and his site showcases incredible illustrative work that looks nothing like the OpenAI spot, demonstrating the kind of versatility that gets you legitimate high-profile gigs. So, props to Sebastian and the actual Builders Club team for their amazing work, and let this serve as a reminder, in an industry built on trust and reputation, honesty isn't just the best policy, it's literally the only policy. Big news for Blender artists into non-photorealistic rendering. Dillon Gu Studios, known for their incredible anime-style work for clients like Blizzard and Genshin Impact, is bringing their NPR expertise to core Blender. They've been using their own forked version of Blender with custom tools, but thanks to funding from Blender and their patrons, these capabilities will soon be native to Blender itself. If you haven't seen Dillon Gu's work, their Instagram is packed with stunning examples of 3D that looks hand-drawn. They even share their techniques on the Professor Gu YouTube channel, breaking down their process from geometry to final render. This is huge for artists wanting to achieve that coveted anime aesthetic in 3D. The Super Bowl ads got delightfully weird this year. Mountain Dew spot featuring Seal as an actual seal was gloriously jarring. Untold Studios killed it with the visual effects, compositing Seal's face onto a CG seal. Then there's Martha Stewart airwalking for Skechers, and Coors channeling Zootopia with their sloth-focused spot, likely combining practical effects with CG faces. After a few years of playing it safe, it's refreshing to see brands letting their freak flags fly again. These spots remind us that sometimes the best advertising just goes for broke on the weird factor. Element Supply Company just dropped a handy free plugin for After Effects that streamlines clean plate generation. While you can create 4 color gradients manually for planar surface cleanup, Quick Cover automates the process with smart color sampling using expressions and corner pinning. It even includes nice feathering options for better blending. For anyone doing cleanup work in After Effects, this free tool should save you a bunch of setup time. Our School of Motion Student of the Week is All Access member Kim Godfrey, currently tackling Explainer Camp. With guidance from TA Melissa Robinson, Kim's storyboards are showing fantastic development in visual metaphor and implied animation. Her work demonstrates a solid grasp of core motion design principles, setting up smart solutions for the animation phase. This is exactly the kind of foundational work that leads to strong final pieces. We're excited to see where Kim takes this project. Nick Dean and Kyle Hamrick have dropped an epic hour-long tutorial diving into After Effects' new text expression capabilities. They demonstrate how to achieve precise control over individual characters, colors, and typefaces using expressions. They've even included an interview with After Effects team member John Colombo on the MoGlyph Mindset channel, getting super nerdy about optimizing expressions and choosing between style expressions versus text animators. If you're into building sophisticated type toolkits, this technical deep dive is pure gold. Here's a quick AI roundup. Pika Labs' new Pika Additions tool has landed. Upload any video clip and add elements based on reference images. What's surprising isn't just that it works, but how well it handles complex tasks like match moves, lighting integration, and occlusion. Users are posting wild examples, including my personal favorite, a bunny sharing this little girl's buck teeth, showing both the tool's capabilities and its meme-worthy potential. Topaz Labs, known for their high-quality image upscaling, announced Project Starlight for video enhancement. Unlike many upscaling tools that tend to alter the fundamental character of footage, especially faces, Starlight seems to maintain the original integrity while adding detail. The Muhammad Ali test footage shows some AI artifacts, but the potential for breathing new life into archival and standard definition footage is huge. It's not hard to imagine this technology eventually being built directly into editing platforms like Resolve and Premiere. And Adobe has finally launched their Firefly video model to Creative Cloud users after previewing it last year at Max. While its animation outputs still look pretty uncanny, it's showing impressive results with real-world footage, especially B-roll and establishing shots. One interesting use case is generating effects footage that you could composite into your projects. Instead of buying stock footage that's almost but not quite right, you could just generate exactly what you need. Adobe's taken an interesting ethical stance by only training on properly licensed footage, unlike competitors like OpenAI, who've been caught scraping YouTube. While this might limit their training data and certain capabilities, it might be a more sustainable long-term approach. The tool integrates integrates with the broader Firefly suite, so you can generate a still image from a sketch and then animate it, opening up some interesting workflow possibilities. As with all AI tools, remember, these demos are cherry-picked. You'll likely generate plenty of unusable results for every good one. But you can try this right now, and please let us know what you think in the comments. Rive just dropped the most requested feature yet: blurs, aka vector feathering. Instead of traditional resource-heavy blurs, their engineering team invented a new GPU-powered method that renders accurate blurs lightning fast. You can stack unlimited feathered shapes with different colors and transfer modes without affecting performance. UI designers are already creating realistic shadows and highlights and beautiful gradients. In typical Rive fashion, they've also open-sourced the algorithm. It's another example of why Rive is becoming increasingly important for motion designers looking toward the future of interactive animation. If you're Rive curious, check out our course Rive Academy Volume 1 at School of Motion. Link will be in the description. Aron Stern is back with another mad scientist tutorial showing how to create controllable 3D wireframe shaders using After Effects' native 3D system. While you could use Cinema 4D or Element 3D, Aron's clever effect stacking method gives you control over wireframe thickness, glow, and color, all while maintaining full compatibility with After Effects' toolset. His Andrew Kramer-esque ability to find creative workarounds makes his channel a must-follow for After Effects artists. And word on the street is we might be seeing some more of Aron at School of Motion very soon, so stay tuned for that. That is it for this week's Motion Mondays. Don't forget to check out our new Blender for 3D Artists course and explore our team training program if you're part of a creative team of 3 or more. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all of our news, interviews, and tutorials, and we will see you next week.